Another rider down in the whoops. Our 65's going at it here. Up next, 30 plus, Schoolboy 1 and Open A. Darren Pine out front. Gage Dunham second.
Yeah, a lot of these riders out here are national level riders. You guys have all been to Loretta Lynn's championship race. They've been to the finals at Vegas last year. So these guys are no joke. This is the real deal. These guys are out here racing just like they would at any other national. So it's cool to see all these guys out here racing Supercross, getting their experience, getting some points. So, you know, the local riders that are out here, or maybe some beginners, you know, they shouldn't feel discouraged about their results, because these are the top of the best of the best in these classes. So it's nice to see everyone out here racing and having a good time.
Give me a perspective of the pits this week versus, say, other weeks. I know you're out there all day. I'm up here all day. What's the vibe in the pits here at Dallas versus, let's say, Tampa last week?
Yeah, I rode around on our little scooter we got just to check out the pits, and it just kept going. Like, there was more motorhomes and riders and cars and sprinter vans, and it just kept going. So it was really cool to see this turnout. I showed up here early this morning. There was still a line for parking, so I know there was a couple guys that were running to get to track walk. But other than that, it's been an awesome weekend. Great racing yesterday, great racing today. The track's great. Going backwards on the track kind of threw some people off, but I think it worked out really well for these riders. It's a cool layout, great dirt. So it's been a good weekend, I think, and I think the turnout has been the best we've had all year.
Without a doubt, the best of the year. Well, it's funny, Rob, and some people might not know, you weren't scheduled to come to this race, and I told you, hey, they're telling me Dallas is going to be a big one, and you're like, oh, really? I might have to change my schedule.
Yeah, this was going to be the one I was going to take off to spend some time at home, but once I saw the entry list and saw the level of riders and who was coming, I'm like, I got to go. So I booked a flight a couple weeks ago to make sure I came out here and checked the races, and I'm glad I did. Yeah. Got to see a lot of people sell some tires, change some tires, and watch some awesome racing.
Very cool. So that one rider that went off the track in the fence, Rob, he's up and walking away. Good to see that. Took a pretty hard hit there. Not sure who that was. But out front, Darren Pine leading this one. Gage Dunham, Gage Kerr. Kash Cain is fourth. Gage Brown is fifth. Maddixx Perque, sixth. Alex Church, 7. McKayden Fitch, 8. Breckyn Mosley, 9th. Jaxson Bailey round out the top 10 here early. 65cc main event. Midway, I should say. Midway through this main event.
Yeah, one of the greatest things here about motocross and supercross is just the family atmosphere. I mean, Darren Pine's got an older brother that races, so they're here with their dad, with their family, getting the racing in, having some fun on the weekends, and that's awesome. I mean, it's really cool to see them out here, and it's pretty cool to see two brothers that are really good racers. I mean, both of them. I mean, we see that a lot in the pros, but it also happens here in the amateurs. So whatever they're eating or drinking at home is working, because they're riding awesome. Darren Pine is a great example out here, killing it.
Obviously, a ton of Texas riders, but have you noticed, for some reason, a ton of Colorado riders this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, if I was close or driving range, I'd come down here too. The track's awesome, the dirt's, maybe they have snow up there, maybe it's cold and they want to get out in the way. That's what I'm up in Cleveland, so I look forward to getting out on the weekends and come to these Supercross races.
Do you like the Cleveland Browns?
No comment.
The roof is now closed here at AT&T Stadium. Some of the windows still open. Get some ventilation through there. All right, it is Darren Pine, Gage Dunham, Gage Kerr, and Gage Brown. This happened earlier today. Gage, and Gage, 2, 3, and 4. You know these kids?
No, but for a while it was Ryder. Ryder was the hot name. So I guess maybe Gage is the new hot name. I mean, we'll see. 2
riders down before the whoops. One rider just made a mistake and took out the other guy. They get up and run to their bikes. Pretty cool to see that. These little guys going at it, picking them up before the track workers even get there. And checkered flag, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Darren Pine, the 58. Let's give him some shout out. Darren Pine with the win. On the Bees Moto Lab Jam, Suomi Helmets BTO, Mika Metals ride. He'll take the win. Gage Dunham on the 5, 100%. 7, Headhunters. Dunlop Pro Taper, PR2. And Gage Kerr on the 101. Marshall's Racing, Tulsa Power Sports, Slick Products, Dunlop. Coming up next, 30-plus main event. Schoolboy 1, you're after that. Open A will follow. 51 limited 6 to 8, and Open C. We are on class number 8 on the line, 30-plus.
Another full gate of racing, 30-plus. That's awesome to see. My class, I think you're a little bit too old for this class, but for me, this would be my class.
You cannot be too old in an age class. I can race this class. Come on, guy. All right, 30-plus into the first turn. That Cowie could be... Well, I know the 903 of Vince Montali